Hey, what's up guys? It's Colin here. I'm sitting in rush hour traffic and I wanted to shoot this quick video. I just finished a 30-day challenge where I basically acted as if I was lived in the paradigm of only having like 3 to 6 months left to live. And so I'll post a link to that video here if you want to reference that. But I learned so much about myself and about interacting with people and like what was important to me. And today I want to share about like what I learned about cleaning things up with people and like reestablishing relationships. And instead of like apologizing for stuff, people actually, what I'm finding, really want to be acknowledged for like what you mean, what they mean to you or me in this case. So the first example is on day 5. I'll post a link to the video of that video here. But I cleaned up probably one of the biggest mistakes I've ever made with people or relationships. And that was that about, 12 years ago or something, like I moved schools and I basically dropped this old friend group and I thought that they hated me and I kind of tried to keep in touch, but I was bad at it. And like a couple other things that I did during that time really like, I felt put the nail in the coffin for those relationships. And when I called them up, there was actually 2 of them hanging out at the same time. And I went to like apologize and they were like, dude, they were like, you don't need to apologize for anything. We were just, I didn't even remember that stuff until you brought it up. We were just remembering how crazy fun we had and all this stuff. And so it's good to like acknowledge that stuff, but if I were you, I would use the 80-20 rule of acknowledgement to apologizing. That's what this video is going to be called. I just figured that out now. So the 80-20 rule of apologizing versus acknowledging is basically like spend 80% of your energy in acknowledging who they are, because after that apology happened, they were like, dude, you don't even apologize. And then I was like, or actually it was a little awkward, and then I acknowledged them. I was like, man, you guys made such a difference for me. Like stuff that I'd never said, but that really has been in my heart, you know, like how I felt about them. And then after that, it was like the conversation opened up. So apology was like, it didn't land so well. And then once I started acknowledging and being like, you guys were I made such a difference in my life. I became so close with you so fast. And that's why this was hard for me to apologize for. And they're like, man, don't even worry about that. Like we had crazy good times. You've stood out in our memories so well. Like it was just it made such a difference to give that acknowledgement. The second example that I had was with my brother. I realized that I have never said this kind of thing to my brother, and I've apologized to him before, and I kind of called him up and I was like, man, I feel like there's something there. I want to apologize to you. I know I've said that before and cleaned that up. And he was just kind of quiet and like, okay. And then I acknowledged him, and after that, he was like, I just shared what he was like. I was like, which I realized I had never said in my life. And I just shared with him like, hey, this is who I see you as, this is who you are at like family gatherings, and you're just such a force of like good fun energy. And like, you know, I just shared authentically how I feel about him. And he was like, dude, I am floored. I just am so blown away by that. And I realized that he didn't want to hear any apologies and stuff. That didn't matter to him. What mattered was getting the acknowledgement and hearing how I view him, think of him. And I'm realizing that we just don't acknowledge each other, the people in our lives, hardly at all. And like maybe we apologize, and apologizing is important, but the most important thing is acknowledging. That's just what I'm finding people want to hear. And so later in the challenge, as I started connecting with more people, I dropped pretty much any apology that I thought about. Sometimes I would ask and be like, hey, if there's an apology necessary for something, I'm happy to do so. But for the most part, I would just acknowledge people, and I just got overwhelmingly amazing responses, and no one was upset that I wasn't apologizing. So I hope that makes sense for you today. In any of your relationships, you know, if there's something to clean up or there's something that you want to just have a better relationship with somebody, use the 80-20 rule of acknowledging versus apologizing, because it's so powerful that I'm finding. And that's it for me today. I would love to have you subscribe because, you know, why not? I'll have more videos like this, and I'm going to be sharing more adventures as I continue working on my own personal development and personal growth, walking my edge. And so I want to share those with you, and hopefully you're the type of person that wants to walk their edge and grow personally as well. Feel free to leave a comment. All right, I'll see you later.